Welcome back. You're watching our special broadcast. We're looking at the swearing-in ceremony of the Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers. The venue is Rashtrapati Bhavan, and at the forecourt of the Rashtrapati Bhavan, they will be sworn in. 8,000 guests in attendance, many of them heads of state, diplomats, celebrities from all walks of life, business leaders, journalists, artists, spiritual leaders, you name it, and they're present there. And they will be witnessing the ceremony in about 30 minutes from now. We expect the swearing-in ceremony to begin. There's been a lot of speculation on who is going to get the cabinet berths, who will be elevated, who will make it to the Council of Ministers. And we got you breaking news just a few minutes back that the JDU will not be part of the government, of the cabinet. That is what Nitish Kumar has said. They're not happy with the offer that has been made. Andrew Whitehead is with us. Andrew, so there's a pattern. We have S Jaishankar sitting in the front row. He was the one who steered India's policy through the Doklam standoff with China, and he has good contacts there. The other thing is that two individuals have not been invited. No invite for the Taiwan representative in India, no invite for the Tibetan government in exile, and a man who knows China very well, who has contacts in China, may be part of the government. What does that tell you about Modi's focus?
Well, also, his invitation to the BIMSTEC leaders suggests that he's going to be looking more to the east than to the west. That's partly because clearly there's a real difficulties in terms of any rapprochement with Pakistan in the near future. But S Jaishankar, very interesting. We don't, of course, know what role he's going to take in the new government. It's not unheard of for a diplomat to move into government as a minister, but it is clearly quite unusual. And what you're saying about statements about Taiwan and Tibet does suggest that this government is looking for a way to improve relations with Beijing. It's been quite nervous about China's Belt and Road Initiative. It's been quite nervous about the increasing warmth of the relationship between Beijing and Islamabad and the construction of the China-Pakistan economic corridor. But there seems to be a willingness in Beijing to improve relations with India because it's got real difficulties now with President Trump's America, and this may be India making a signal that it's willing to respond.
Indeed. We just saw Dr. Manmohan Singh, former Prime Minister, walk in there. And we expect Sonia and Rahul Gandhi to also come. L.K. Advani there. We also saw Murli Manohar Joshi. These are two senior leaders of the BJP who were reportedly unhappy at being asked to sit out this election. But I think they made up for that. Narendra Modi and Amit Shah met these two senior leaders first thing after winning the election. And they praised each other online on Twitter. And it seems that the hatchet, if there was one, has been buried. S Jaishankar, interesting choice, and not the first time that Narendra Modi has tried to make a lateral entry like this. Amy Kasman, if I could take this with you. We had Hardeep Puri in the last government. We had KJ Alphonse, who was a bureaucrat, and now S Jaishankar. So clearly the focus is on people who can deliver.
That's right. It looks like Prime Minister Modi is really looking for people that he trusts and that have a proven track record at administration. I think one of the things that people have pointed out is that the BJP, because it was in opposition for so long, and it's been a while also since it was in government during the Vajpayee years, it didn't necessarily have a very huge and deep bench strength of people with deep administrative experience. And it's interesting the way that Prime Minister Modi has tapped some of India's most senior and respected bureaucrats and diplomats to help him execute his programs, because they know how the machinery of the central government works, and I mean, they know kind of how the government functions, and so they're able to bring that expertise into his service. It's often been said that Mr. Modi relies heavily on bureaucrats in his government, even more than his own ministers. So it's interesting that he is, in fact, has a history now that we're seeing, or a trend of taking trusted bureaucrats, retired bureaucrats with strong records of administrative service behind them and elevating them into ministerial positions.